Brad, I'm 10 years into working from home this year.
Really?
Yeah, because I started when I left Tested in 2015.
Of course.
It's 2025.
Like Foo, you were the original self-employed, start a company and work from home guy.
I invented this.
Nobody ever worked from home before 2015. That's right.
Nope. Only shiftless layabouts and people who are stealing time from the company.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I've been going back into the office for the last year or so, a couple days a week to help with PC World. And it's nice being back in the office. And I realized, like, okay, it's nice to have like an idea of what your coworkers' 3-dimensional faces look like.
Yes.
I worked with some people at Straight Bombay that I talked to for hours every day that I don't think I would recognize if I crossed them on the street because they were camera off people.
Oh, wow. As a rule?
Almost all the time.
Man. Okay.
And then
even in like a one-on-one situation?
Sometimes they'd turn it on a one-on-one, but often it was just like, because often you'd be sharing your screen. So it's like the thing you're looking at is a screen, not the other person.
Sure.
But like more than the 3-dimensional representations of your coworkers' faces and like going to lunch with people and talking at the water cooler or whatever, I miss the crap table.
The crap table.
Did you have a crap table at GameSpot? Like it's like the table where people bring their crap that's too good to throw away, but not so good that you want to keep it.
I think you could argue that maybe the entire office was the crap table.
I didn't want to say that. There was a pile kind of over by the giant bomb pit at the last, back at the end of the CBSI days.
Sure. Yes. There was so much stuff coming into that office that I think it was basically a kind of a crap office, if you get my meaning.
Well, because like that's the problem doing these kinds of jobs where like everything you get is not something you have to spend money on. Like people send us stuff because they want us to cover it. And even though I say no to almost everything that I get now, I often will go to an event and like I got a cool Mario Kart World poster when I went to the Nintendo thing. And like I don't want that Mario Kart World poster. Never going to use it. I don't care enough about it to put it on eBay and sell it for $15 for the person who does, because it was like a launch exclusive of the Nintendo World Store.
Of course.
But like I would put that on the crap table at the office and it would go away and it would go to somebody who's like, at the very least, their kid would be stoked to hang it on the wall of their room.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a perfectly good Mario Kart poster.
Yeah. Like, did I have a Mario Kart poster like that when I was a kid? No, Mario Kart didn't exist when I was a kid. But if it had, would I have wanted one? Absolutely. And like the work from home people need a solution for this. So I have an idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not just bringing problems today. I'm bringing solutions.
Now, do you want to say it out loud? Is this a $1 billion business opportunity?
I do not think this is a $1 billion business opportunity.
Hang on, can we spitball the name for your crap table startup?
I have a pretty good name, but
can we just call it Crappio?
Okay, well that crap.io is a possibility. That's not bad.
Or like maybe like a rip from the headline situation, like Craponomer.
Okay, Craponomer. I don't want to associate with those people. I don't think they're
probably not.
They're getting dunked on by the whole internet in a way that's starting to feel mean instead of hilarious.
That is some classic Twitter, not to derail this. That is some classic Twitter main character action like I have not seen in a minute.
I got to say though, I'm worried that maybe Blue Sky doesn't have the juice after all, because I sent the link to that to my wife yesterday and she was like, "Oh yeah, I saw this day before," and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yep.
It's not the first year. Okay, so here's my idea.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You know, we have those little free libraries have popped up all over the place, right?
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm going to start the little free crap table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it can't just be a table. You don't want it exposed to the elements. Like,
I?
Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what the crap deserves.
Yeah. Like I think the little free crap table is just a thing that lives out in people's front yards, and maybe you put a little hutch over it if you want to make it classy.
All right.
But like you can put your old video card there. If you get a new mouse pad, you can put your old mouse pad there.
Yes, the branded mouse pad was the first thing that came to mind when you talked about the crap table. Like that is the type of thing that goes on that table, is like, it is a mouse pad. It's maybe not the nicest one ever made, but somebody might find some use for it.
Don't pick up USB thumb drives off the little free crap table though.
Yeah. Yes. Sage advice. Okay. Pop quiz, hotshot.
Oh boy, you're going to shoot me in the shoulder?
No. Sorry, that was maybe a little aggro for this question. I am going to put your knowledge of petrochemicals to the test here. So,
okay.
I'm back home. I'm back home this week for the first time since the hurricane. So there's a lot of post-hurricane stuff to follow up on, some of which, let's say, should have been followed up on probably about 7 months ago.
Okay.
But anyway, one of those is how would you feel if there were, like, say, somewhere between 10 and 20 gallons of gasoline sitting in cans out in the garage?
Oh, are they like actual gasoline cans?
Yes. I mean, it is gas that we went and drew for the generator here that then didn't get dealt with. Things were very chaotic at that time. Like, flights were in and out. Like, there was so much to do that, let's say, nobody prioritized dealing with the excess gasoline that was just sitting around in cans once the power came back on.
And is it just normal, like, car gasoline, or have you added like two-stroke oil and stuff to it already?
No, it's straight out of the pump. I think it was 87 octane.
Okay.
If I had to remember, which I can't quite. We did not put stabilizer in it. I know that's the pertinent question.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the next question.
So I think we're, from the little bit I've looked up, and I've got a couple family members that are big into cars and stuff, and I will talk to them about it.
Big gas fans.
Yes, exactly. Some real gas heads around here.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to see what you knew. But from the little bit I've looked online, it looks like we're in kind of a gray in between area where it's like everything I saw was like, oh, gas starts to break down at about 6 months if you haven't put any kind of stabilizer in it. But well, let's see, we're about 9 months, I think, since this gas was pumped.
You're in the okay. So on a 2-stroke motor, I would go nuts, I think. So like a lawnmower or weed eater or chainsaw or something like that, something that's real loud and obnoxious and makes a lot of black smoke.
Okay.
Because they deal with it better.
Uh-huh.
And also you put the oil in there and it like it works itself out. People are going to yell at me in the comments because that's like redneck farm advice, not good advice.
Sure. Well, I'm in that territory.
Yeah, the manual absolutely says don't do that and to dispose of that. I don't actually know how you dispose of gas in the modern era because like I shouldn't say this, but when I was a kid. And I would go.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, it got sent back to the earth, right? Which was
that's where it came from.
There was just a spot where you poured the and that's bad. Don't do that. It's super bad for a whole host of reasons. But
yeah, everything I could find about that was that you need to arrangements with somebody who can dispose of it responsibly, whether it's the county or some private entity.
I was gonna say the other way you can do it, and you should never do this either, because like, well, okay. So look, if you want to make a fire. It's people who don't know better use gasoline to do that, right?
Okay, even I look, I don't have a lot of fuel experience under my belt, but even I know better than that.
Yeah, the reason you don't do that is because gas vapors combine with air and they make a fuel air bomb, and like the fire ignites about a foot or two out from where the gas is actually poured.
Like, fuel air bomb is one of those phrases you really only want to hear in a military context. Often
you see people with no eyebrows, and it's because they lit their brush fire with gasoline instead of kerosene or fuel oil or something that's a little bit less explosive. So, anyway, the TLDR is I'd probably find some place to dispose of that gas, and you might be able to just take it to your local gas station, especially if you don't care about getting the cans back.
Maybe. I did read, I mean, this may also set off a number of comments. I kind of got the sense that the gas might still be new enough that we might be able to add it like a gallon at a time to the car tank.
Like mix it in with like good gas
on top of like a good fill up from the station. Maybe just kind of.
So there's some math you do here. And the math is how expensive is it going to be to replace your fuel injectors versus just get rid of the shitty gas? It's not worth the $4 you're losing on the gas.
Again, I'm not trying to save the money. It's the hassle of trying to find somebody who will take it and get rid of it for us. It seems like it might be kind of a chore.
I bet you can call your local like hazardous waste. Like they have a, hey, here's where you take the Roundup and the because like that part of the country, I guarantee you that there's somebody in your neighborhood that has a shed full of Agent Orange or something really, really bad.
That's probably true.
And like, if you call the people that have to deal with that business, and you're like, hey, man, we just have some 87 octane here that's like 9 months old. They'll be like, we got you.
Mm-hmm. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah, it's going to be like the time I called poison control because my kid ate a couple of sticks of chalk. Oh. And I was like, is this a problem? They were like, well, I mean, she's going to have a real bad stomach ache, but no, she's not going to die. You're fine. It's just chalk. It's the same thing as in Tums or something. And they laughed.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well, all right. That's something to get started on. I guess I won't even bring up the fact that a lot of that gas is also still sitting in that generator, which is a whole other can of worms to deal with.
Well, so I was going to say the nice thing about the generator is you can dump the generator out. So
you can drain.
Yeah.
You can drain. It's got a drain on the tank. But my understanding, and again, I barely know engines at all, but my understanding is some of that old gas is like in the engine in a way that
it'll be
is
in the
not
fuel
great.
lines. Yeah.
Right,
But,
and like I read, it could be bad for the carburetor to start that up, even to run down what's in there.
yeah, but so if you look at if you look at the manual for that thing, it'll probably tell you how to drain the fuel lines and get like here's the thing. When you crank the I don't know if this is an electric starter or a puller or whatever, but
It's a pull
it's
cord.
going to push a certain amount of gas through when it's like trying to start. And if you drain the tank and empty out the lines and all that stuff, it'll get through that before you get to it'll be fine.
Okay. All right. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it too much. Plus, is it a 2-stroke? It's probably a 4-stroke for a generator.
Those
Quiet.
You were asking questions above my head at this point.
Well,
hey, I'll look at the manual. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Can we talk about car charging etiquette?
We can talk about anything you want, but especially that.
So my daughter's been at camp this week. We've been driving a little bit more than normal, and I was out and about, and I was like, I'm going to run by the car chargers to top off the car, just because, we usually charge all the way up at home and it's fine. But this week I want to get a little more juice in there,
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled in, and there was somebody with a plug-in hybrid in one of the spots for the fast chargers. Plug-in hybrids have batteries that let them go about 20 miles, and they also have gasoline in their car that makes them drive the rest of the time when the battery's empty.
God, are the batteries really that small in a hybrid?
20 to 50, yeah.
Man.
It's just to recoup, like it's just to gain energy back. Like there's a whole host of reasons why hybrids are not a great choice. And the plug-in hybrids especially just add a bunch of weight to the car that doesn't really give you a whole lot of benefit unless you really only drive like 20 miles a day. And I just think anybody who's driving one of those cars and parks in one of the charge spaces at like, it happens at the mall all the time. You'll see somebody with a shitty BMW with a hybrid plug-in charger, and they're just sitting in the space that like somebody who their only source of energy is electricity could be using.
Yeah. How long could that tiny battery take to charge on a fast charger?
No time.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're going to be there. It's going to be there for 4 hours because those spaces are really good and near the front usually.
They went to see a movie.
Yep. They're having lunch.
Swimming. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I maybe swung by the gym, hit the grocery store afterwards. I just like, I wish they would put the charging spaces as far as possible from the desirable spaces.
Sure.
Because like at Target, there's a bunch of level 2 chargers, which aren't great, but like if you're in Target for 2 hours, you'll get a little bit of juice and they're free. But they're also the closest spaces to the shopping center because that's where that was the easiest place to get electricity to. And as a result, either people who don't have electric cars park in them, or people who have plug-in hybrids sit there and they're like, I'm going to get my 20 miles of free charge here.
That's right.
Like your free charge takes me 8 seconds to get. Just go away.
Now, how passive aggressive are you looking to get about this?
Would you
ever leave a note?
Friend of the show, Gary Whitta, used to have these cards that he carried around with him that said you park like shit, that he put on people's windshields that parked like shit. I
don't even know if that qualifies as passive aggressive. That might be actively aggressive.
I feel like that's actively aggressive. I don't know if I want to go quite that far, but like I feel like maybe people don't understand the level of hassle that they're causing when they do that.
Yeah,
right?
I guess if you want to be charitable, I mean, like this whole electric, whether entirely electric or partially electric vehicle thing is still somewhat new, and maybe they don't know, or maybe they're just assholes.
Look, we've been in the Valley before, driving to LA, and some piece of shit with a giant pickup truck actively parks in the electric charge only spaces. And I'm pretty comfortable assuming that they're assholes.
Wait, hang on. Is that an entirely combustion engine driven truck?
Uh-huh.
What?
Usually they have bumper stickers that indicate a political affiliation, Brad.
Okay, they probably rolled some coal on the way into that space.
I don't know about that, but it's never the Harris voters that are like, I'm taking the electric vehicle space with my gas engine car.
Well, look, it's a new era. There's a whole new stack of social mores to iron out over this thing.
I'd rather just deal with the regular mores, please. The eels. I realized why I don't like getting my hair cut anymore.
Oh,
and it's not because there's less of it than there used to be. Although, I mean, you're
doing. I started to say you're doing well for your age. Don't take the
wow.
Don't take the subclause for your age personally or anything.
Wow.
I mean, there are
shots fired.
There are people 20 years younger than you with less hair than you. How about that?
I mean, that's true. So, okay. So I realized that I used to go. Well, okay. I had the same woman cut my hair for like 20 years. She lived here. She lived down the hall from us when we first moved to the city, and she did an awesome job with my hair. And it was just like, I just went in and she'd be like, "Hey, what do you want?" I was like, "I want to look cool. That's all I'm looking for."
Every time?
Yeah, every time. It's a joke.
And just let her idea of what's cool at the moment guide your style. 9
times out of 10, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So she moved during the pandemic, and also she was getting really expensive because she got kind of like she got good at a level beyond which I won't need somebody to cut my hair to be good at. Like she was doing like Sergey Brin's first wife's hair and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
And I was getting a little priced out. So when she moved, it was sad and I was disappointed, but like, it was fine. But what had happened was I used to wear contacts all the time, like 7 days a week, during waking hours. So when I was getting my haircut at the beginning and like we were establishing what make me look cool looks like, I could see what she was doing while she was doing it.
Okay.
Now,
yes. Okay. Yes. I see. I know. As a fellow glasses person, yes, I see where this is going.
Yeah. So now when I'm sitting there getting my haircut by some stranger, I'm sitting there and they're like, "Hey, hand me your glasses." I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." And they're like, "You have to take your glasses off so I can cut your hair." I was like, "Okay." But then basically I might as well be putting on a blindfold for like 20 minutes.
I went through this exact same experience right before I went on this trip. I got a new haircut, or I got a haircut at a new place for the first time, and same whole deal. It's just like, boy, I am really trusting this person with my life right now because I can't see a thing they're doing to me.
I was like, I told this guy who's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I want a little bit longer than you did it last time." And, I want it, but I'm an old guy, so I need to look like an old guy and have like a respectable grown up haircut. I can't look like one of those, like the broccoli haircut that the K-pop kids have now. That would be bad.
I mean, you could.
The guy before me got one of those and he was also about my age. I was like, "You can't do that to me, bro."
No way.
Yeah. So I'm in there and I'm like, it's like I take off the glasses, I put on the blindfold. 20 minutes later, it's like, surprise, what did you do to me? And how long is this going to take to get better? And I just want I want to get back to the make me look cool relationship. Like I miss that relationship.
Yeah. Well, look, a lot of things get more complicated as you age, it seems.
This is why people start shaving their head, Brad. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Look, sometimes it's a trade-off, right?
Yeah.
Now, does the beard get touched in this situation, or is that all you?
So the beard trims have gotten expensive now because I go to a barber where they actually, it's not like it's a $5 add-on. It's like $25 for a beard trim.
Man.
But also the trim that they do doesn't represent $25 worth of beard. Like their rule on their shop is it's 1 clipper length. And I'm like a 2 clip. I have like a side length and a bottom length.
You have a complicated beard.
I have a tricky beard. So sometimes he does a little bit of touch up, but today I did some work before I go. So I don't get the question, "Hey, you want me to touch up your beard?" I was like, "No, it's good. I got it, man."
A little pre-gaming for the haircut.
You got a pre-game. Also, one time he came down on the top of the mustache so that there was like skin between the mustache, the beard and the mustache and the nose.
The bald strip on your mustache.
Well, but it kind of made me look like the Spanish villain from a 1920s movie, which I was kind of okay with.
All right.
I mean, I looked a little bit dashing, but also I didn't want to have to maintain that. So I just let it grow back. So
sometimes in order to look cool, you have to bring back the classics.
It's true. I think maybe I'll start waxing the mustache on top of the beard. Maybe that's the thing I should do. Yeah.
You've got the length for it.
Oh, it's there. Okay, so I've learned something new about having kids.
Oh, man, every day is a new adventure, right?
Oh, you have no idea, man.
I've gotten a little taste of it this week.
Oh, yeah, you're with the nieces and nephews. You're getting that child life.
Yep.
Why do kids hate charging their phones, Brad?
I mean, do they actively disdain it, or do they just like kind of neglect it without thinking about it?
No, let me give you a sample interaction.
Okay.
Hey, child, you're getting ready to be out of the house for a full day. I spent a fair amount of money, both one-time cost and monthly, so that you could have a telephone that you desperately needed. And also that we felt was important because you're out doing things autonomously more often now.
Yes. And knowing you as I do, you always spend a further amount of money equipping your house to charge in any scenario.
We
there are numerous charging configurations around the house.
We got pads. We got USB to Lightning. She's a Lightning because she's an SE still, but because you small hand, small phone. But yeah, so she has plenty of opportunities to charge. There's chargers next to her bed. There's chargers on her desk. She could use the charger in the living room. Chargers galore. Hey, child, you're getting ready to leave the house for 10 hours today. Is your phone charged? Oh, yeah, Dad, I'm good. I'm at 30%.
What?
Right.
What?
Right.
Dude, I cannot sit comfortably at 30% on any device I own when I know I'm not leaving the house for the rest of the day.
She's like, I called her. I was like, hey, you didn't answer your phone when I called you. She's like, yeah, I know. I ran out of battery. Well, how did you charge it the night before? Yeah, it was good. It was 35%. It was total. It goes down faster when you're not on Wi-Fi. Like it lasts a long time on Wi-Fi. I get that. I get that sets up false expectation. It's like when you're on the cellular modem and not on Wi-Fi, the battery goes down fast.
Look, some people... Was the Boy Scouts that had some motto about being prepared? I can't remember.
Be prepared as Boy Scouts.
Right.
There's also a bunch of stuff about God in there.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look, some people have the be prepared mentality and some people just let it ride.
Like, I want to think that she's like, maybe I need to get a charger that I can carry around with me. But then that's not charged either. That's just another thing to have not charged.
I mean, if somebody is what's the word? It's not like spiteful. If somebody finds the act of charging to be grating, then I assume that having to carry a separate battery pack around is even more of a deal breaker.
No, it's not. It's not that. You know what the difference is? It's that the act of charging isn't grating. It's that there's absolutely no anxiety about running out of battery.
I see. Okay. This just sounds like somebody who has not really learned fear of a number of things in life yet.
Well, and maybe that's it. Maybe for me, it's like, oh God, if my battery runs out, it's going to be like I'm living in the 90s again.
Right. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we know what it was like before. Well, although, I mean, there were some upsides to not being able to have anybody track you down at any moment all the time.
Well, but for her, she looks at the 90s and she's like, man, the 90s looked really cool. So maybe she's trying to go back to the 90s. It's like a way of having a time machine.
Man, that's like, maybe this is a rebellion I can support, actually. I don't know. But I hate to mark myself as this kind of guy, although maybe it was probably abundantly clear that I was already this type of guy. But every time I see somebody post a screenshot they've taken of their phone, like people just take screenshots of their phones constantly for whatever. It has to be probably 80% or more of those photos I see that are like in the 30% or even maybe like all the way down to single digit battery. Just like, how do you live like this?
Well, okay, the worst ones, now that everybody has notches and the bar doesn't show the number when you're just on the home screen anymore, it's less bad. But in the old days when you could choose to show the number or not show the number and people would not have the number showing, that also would make me crazy. Yes, I know
people who actively disable the number because they don't want to think about it. They don't want to obsess over it all the time, which I guess I can respect. But
I mean, yeah, I get that.
I just like to, you never know what's going to happen out there. It's nice to be equipped for any possibility, I find.
Look, you're never going to be in a situation where you're like, oh man, I wish I had less phone battery.
Yeah, right. It's not like the phone gets lighter as you deplete energy from it or something.
No, you're not making it last longer. But I mean, I guess kind of you are, but not really. Just charge the damn phone, kid.
Just plug it in. I was the only, I find like consistently on planes, I feel like I'm the only person plugging my phone into the back of the seat at the end of the flight to make sure, like, I want to get off that plane with a fully fresh, ready to go new battery.
Oh, see, I never plug in on the plane. I just turn it off.
Man,
I always use other devices.
When you're getting off the plane, it's like wherever you're going next, you might want more battery there.
Wait, so you like from the time you land to the time you taxi to the door, you plug the phone back in?
Yeah. Or just, like as we're descending or whatever. It's like, if the phone's down to like 70%, what if it was at 100 by the time I got off the plane?
Well, yeah, but don't you just leave it plugged in while you're using it on the plane?
I'm using other devices on the plane.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
It's the battery, the phone has just gone down from like use at the gates or listening to music or something.
Got it. You're not plugging it in the Uber though, right?
No, definitely not. Like
Okay.
I think I can trust the USB ports in the airline seats. I'm not so sure about the one on offer in a stranger's car.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice. I hate this friend slop name, Brad.
You hate the name, not the concept, to be clear.
Yeah, like Metroid Brainia, I can get behind that one. That one's
Wait,
good.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's gross, but it's good.
Well, okay, I will agree with you that it's gross, but I regret to inform you I have stated publicly for the record I am very anti-Metroid Brainia.
You didn't like Metroidvania 10 years either, though.
Oh, I never had a problem with that one.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Metroid Brainia is maybe just like a hair too cute for me.
For me, though, Friend Slop sucks because those games, like the gap between those games that are good and those games that are bad is like a million really hard little decisions and tweaks and timing things.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
are there bad ones out there? Like let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just to define what we're talking about, this is a term that has been coined to describe
It's proximity chat games, basically.
yes, proximity chat games, like your $10 like co-op. I mean, I guess originally it was kind of just the horror extraction games like Lethal Company and Repo and Content Warning.
I think Lethal Company Alikes is what I was calling them before.
But now it's being applied to stuff like Peak. And to be fair, I think we've both read the Aftermath piece that hit this week about the term.
Yeah, which basically the gist of which is it's it's fine to dunk on Friend Slop as a name because everybody thinks that Friend Slop is a stupid name.
Yeah, like even the person who apparently coined the term has come out and said, "Hey, I was just kidding." Although frankly, if you were getting dragged for the dumb term you came up with, that seems like exactly what you would come out and say.
Joking, man.
So who knows? Anyway, those games are awesome though. Like I don't know if that was a Friend Slop derogatory situation or not, but I love that. Like I don't mind admitting that like that style of like but between Lethal Company and Peak, like not just the horror extraction games, but
I thought Content Warning was really fun. I would play more Repo. Repo was great. Phasmophobia kind of in that category.
Yeah, and I think Peak is the one that has convinced me like, oh, there's something to this beyond just the like that very specific lo-fi horror extraction sort of vibe. Like, but that kind of cooperative proximity chat, goofing off with your friends sort of situation is like some of the most fun I've had in video games in the last several years.
I think for me, it's less of a genre and more of a, I mean, like it's weird, right? Because like we have a Looney Tunes one of those because Peak is Looney Tunes Friend Slop, right? And Phasmophobia is jump scare horror Friend Slop, as is Lethal Company and I guess Repo and most of those others.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I hope we're expanding into new threshold, new genre boundaries here. Because like I look at Peak, and I was playing with some friends the other day, and like one of us was climbing a pillar. Two people were dead. One person was climbing a big column, and I was standing at the top, waiting to grab that person who was making the long climb. And then I heard the gurgling sound of one of those ice geysers beside me. And I was like, oh shit, I got to look and see if I'm too close to that. I turned and looked, and it fired and just fired me off the side of the mountain. And like, that's like a 15 really difficult decisions that were made somewhere along the way that they were setting up, not even that level, because the levels are generated procedurally, but like how that geyser works had these incredibly complicated series of decisions in it. And like, it's really finely tuned and really smartly made. And it is like Slop to me is like what Polygon has become in the post having real people working their world. I mean, I know there's like 2 or 3 people still working there, but there's a lot of AI slop on Polygon now. That's just generated crap.
And like advertorial and stuff like that. I would love, this seems like this is probably a topic for this very podcast sometime, but you would need to talk to somebody with very specific domain knowledge about this. I would love to know what the algorithm looks like, or maybe what the seeding looks like for generating something like the mountains in Peak, because like you've got those geysers.
Yeah.
And obviously it would probably be very easy to just do some like truly random distribution to place the geysers, but like to bias them in the way that they do, you know, the geysers, the little handholds, the
pitons and the little ledges that poke out in the middle of a long other ledge, and
still don't know exactly how to say that word, but yes, like the climbing gear that they distribute, like it's all very intelligently placed, and I would love to know like what the weights look like for the algorithms that generate stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure that's like very established practice at this point after 20 plus years of procedural content in video games, but like I'd still for a layperson, I would love to hear an explanation of like how the weighting is done for that kind of generation.
But that procedural generation stuff, it's not like you say it's established over 20 years, but it really changes wildly on a game to game basis, right?
Sure.
Like on that game, they have to know how far like one stamina bar will carry you, and then like the gaps between the average gap between standing spot has to be, that number minus something, so that people can do it when they're carrying backpacks or injured or whatever. And like, I think they do prefabs. I like looking at it. I feel like there's some shapes that I see that are pretty common.
Okay.
And then they have connection points that things can happen on. Like they can have bridge to bridge, or they can have vine to vine, or, whatever. But like the set of things that had to happen for there to be a long climb and a way that I got up faster another way, and a geyser standing on the side of it, and then for the timing to work for the gurgle sound to hit, and me turn to look at it and have time to turn and look at it and pause and be like, well, I'm fucked, before getting fired off the edge of the cliff and scream, it's really hard to do. And like the games that do this well, the games that are not friend slop, that are awesome things to do with your friends, create those situations over and over and over and over and over again, so that you have like, I have this script set up on my streaming machine, and every time somebody makes a clip in Twitch, it just saves that clip locally on my hard drive there. Okay. And then at the end of the night, it copies all of those clips over into a folder on my NAS, so I can get to my main PC and go through them and pull out the good ones.
That's a good idea.
With most games, I go through and I take like 1 out of 10 maybe, and it goes into like a clip reel that shows at the start of screens, or when I'm like need to be right back or something. With Peak, I just copy every clip that was generated that's not a dupe and put it in the folder. Okay, because they're all good.
Yep.
And like that doesn't happen by accident. That is not slop. That is the antithesis of slop.
Yes. Also, just, by the way, not to just turn this into like a Peak fan podcast, which I feel like we're dangerously close to.
I can do that.
The last time we talked about this, which was like a week and a half ago, I think.
Yeah.
I think that game had passed the 1 million mark.
Yeah.
It's past 5 million now.
Oh, it's probably well past that. They sold 5 million in the first month, they said.
It's crazy. But I regret to inform you the procedural generation has turned mean in that game.
Oh, no.
I had a chance to get one good. So we talked about this. Your daughter's solo climb, just like I'm going.
Don't strategy. Think just go up is her strategy. That's the entirety of her strategy.
So I had time to get one good solo game in before I left town.
Okay.
When I got to the jungle, every single vine, not the tiny vines that you hand over hand on, but the big ones that you can climb up and stand on, every single one of them had spikes on it.
Oh yeah,
thorns.
That was a nasty seed that day.
Did you get that one? There was not a single vine on the jungle map that did not have thorns on it, and I burned every item I had to get to the top of that mountain.
Last Peak thing. I was watching Patrick and Chia at Remap play yesterday, and I think it was their first time really playing for real.
Okay.
And it's so fun watching people discover the complexity of that game. Like they got that you can slide along the hand over hand vines, but they never got that you can do the flying leap and actively like at some point when somebody was like, hey, we should try to jump down and grab that chain on the way down, the other one was like, are you out of your mind? There's no way we can do that. And I'm like, oh man, you like, it's like when that hits, it's going to be so good. It's such a special thing. Anyway, Peak's really good. Go buy Peak. It's great.
That's right. It's the opposite of slop. It's the Slopposite.
Okay, Brad, I wish more stuff was like modern glue sticks.
I'm always saying this, but how do you mean?
Have you used a modern glue stick?
Okay, this sounds really stupid. I started to say, I don't know if I've even used an old retro glue stick, but I'm sure I did at some point.
Yeah, you used them like we used those in elementary school a lot.
Yeah, we were way more, and I'm sure this is most people in the 80s. We were way more of the bottled Elmer's.
Yeah, the
classic
white glue.
Elmer's, the Elmer's goo.
Yeah.
what distinguishes a modern glue stick from a classic one?
Well, so I think the rise of scrapbooking caused some like advances to happen in glue stick technology.
Okay, because actually, this is kind of exciting actually, because like, you know, there I feel like there are so many different domains of technology and material science and so forth that have quietly gotten really advanced over time. I have high expectations here, because I bet there have been some glue innovations in the last 30 years.
So, okay. So 2 things. One is it's washable now, the glue stick.
Whoa,
so you can
wow.
use it. You can give it to a kid. No big deal.
Man, smear it all over the walls. Go nuts.
Yeah. Non-toxic. So if the kid eats it, also good. I think that was always the case, probably. The big one, though, is that when you put it on the paper, it's purple. And when it's dry, it's clear. So it like has built-in chemistry that lets you know when it's ready to go.
That's cool. All right.
And if you can't see it anymore, you've waited too long.
Is that one of those pieces of secretly encoded information?
I mean, kind of secretly. I can't focus as bad, but yeah. So it's like a bright purple. So I didn't like, it's real purple.
Wow, that is very purple.
Yeah, extremely purple.
And then it just vanishes.
Yeah. So I wish we had this technology for other stuff. Right.
Okay. Yeah. What do you got?
Like, I wish we had this. I mean, Toast obviously has this technology built in.
Yes, Toast.
But like, I wish, you know, occasionally when we order groceries, we'll get one of those like prepackaged like spaghettis or meatloaf and mashed potatoes or whatever, just so that there's a fast and easy lunch when I'm here working from home. And I wish that it had like a thing that changed color when it was done.
Man, what if all food just turned to some really off color, like some off-putting color, when it was no longer like.
I think, when it was stale, when it was bad,
like when your ham turns green, you know.
I mean, that does kind of happen. Green ham and eggs.
Fair. I started to say like, you know, your strawberries turn black or something, but if you keep strawberries around long enough, they probably will do exactly that.
Well, but like the problem is that they don't go like the color is really subtle until it's too late.
Yes. Yep.
And like having just had a bout of food poisoning caused by eating leftovers.
Okay, now I see where this is coming from.
Look, we had the same thing 2 weeks in a row, 7 days apart, right?
Okay.
And I ate the leftovers that were from the first run, not the second run.
Okay.
At about day 9 or 10.
Huh. All right.
It was bad. I did a bad job cleaning the fridge the week before, so it's on me.
Can I ask what the food item was in question?
Oh, no,
I'm really curious.
It's a secret.
This could be a cautionary tale for all of our listeners. Hey,
look. Yeah, the cautionary tale is clean your damn fridge, okay. and don't be like, if the thing's like, it's probably got a day left, just get rid of it. It's not. I assure you.
Interesting. I mean, I just finished some 8-day-old barbecue last night. I don't know if the clock is ticking or not, but
I think barbecue is probably safe.
Yeah, probably.
Barbecue's already. It's been through the smoker. It's probably been warmed up in a pan. It's got some sauce on it. You're good. Like, there's nothing in there.
Was this some 8-day-old sashimi or something?
No. I'm so
curious.
It was much more mundane than that. But yeah. So, having been on a gastric voyage of discovery recently, I wish that my food would just change colors when it's like, no, dog, you shouldn't eat this anymore. Okay, so I've had the basic Xacto knife. You know, it's the narrow one with the angled blade, the standard. It's like, when you think Xacto knife, this is what you think of, right?
Looks like a medical implement.
Yeah, I mean, it's for crafts, but you could use it for medical implements in a pinch.
Could probably do surgery with it in a demanding enough situation. Let me ask really quick, actually, before you get into it. Is Xacto like Kleenex or Xerox?
I think if you ask them, they'd probably have a different set of feelings about that. But this is a utility razor, probably is the generic term for Xacto, would be my guess.
Okay, so Xacto is a brand name then.
It is a brand name.
What I mean for, I guess, maybe especially non-Americans who might not be exposed to brands like Kleenex as much, but it's like the brand name that has become the stand-in for the generic term.
Yeah, it's
a lot of Americans say Kleenex instead of tissue these days, for example.
When I think of an Xacto, what I'm talking about is a fine detail razor utility knife that has a replaceable blade.
Right, sure. But there is an Xacto company that makes Xacto.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
They're really careful. Like the box that I got with my special Xacto kit has Xacto written on it.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always had the basic ones that cost like $3 when you go to any craft store. And when I went to, I needed some and I ordered them from Amazon because I didn't want to go to the store, and they didn't, because Amazon often doesn't sell things that are like $3. It was like $2 more to get a set of fancy Xacto knives.
Sure.
And it comes with a bunch of replacement blades and different shapes and sizes, which is really convenient. But the big thing it comes with is 2 different handles. So there's like a thinny and a thickie. The thin one is the one I've always had before, but the thick one is awesome for when you really need to like dig into something, because it's much more comfortable in your hand. And then the real thickie has like a screwdriver handle on it. So like one is just like a sized up normal Xacto knife. And then the other one is like, you could just,
oh man,
put this thing in your fist and whack at something.
I don't like the way you're gripping that blade. That looks a little bit threatening.
Look, you're 2,000 miles away. You're safe.
I probably so. I'm not sure a blade of that precision is meant to have a handle that gives that much control on it. Actually, I'm not sure. Or that much force. It's not control. It's more you could apply a lot of force to that tiny blade with that handle.
Well, I'll tell you, we use it for everything from like pumpkin carving to like working out like big chunks of, like, you can take out a big piece of wood or something if you need to carve something with that thing.
I bet you could do some fine detail work on a pumpkin with that thing.
So you use the big one for the hole in the top.
Okay.
And then you do use the little one for like the teeth and the like, if you want to have like the pumpkin barfing, you know, whatever you do. I mean, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Nobody in my family thinks that's funny, but me.
Do you just make use of the innards? I mean, seems like using every part of the pumpkin. You scoop the innards out and make that the barf, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah. It's a classic, right?
Yes.
But you can do things like take just the skin off with the fair narrow ones. You can have like shading on your jack-o'-lantern if you want to get fancy.
Like sometimes you just got to treat yourself to the nice tools. Like sometimes you would just be shocked at how much it improves your life. Actually, is there a converse? Is there a positive converse to, that old saying about like a poor craftsman blames his tools?
Oh,
is there a positive version of that? Like a
great craftsman thanks his tools,
praises his tools or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like I'm kind of anti tool fetishism in general.
Yeah.
Right. Like I feel like you like anything else that becomes a hobby.
Yes.
Like a thing unto itself if you're not careful, right?
It's like somewhere out there's a forum devoted to Xacto knives and similar implements where people in there, it's the forum sig problem. Like if you were putting all the specs of your thing in the signature of your forum posts, you maybe have gotten a little too obsessed with the tools.
This is a bad idea, but I'm typing Japanese Xacto knives into into Google right now.
Some high quality folded steel Xacto knives.
Yep, that exists. Alex Japanese Xacto craft knife with blade cover. Man, this looks much nicer than my crappy Xacto knives.
You're doing it right now. You have to pull the ripcord.
God, I should upgrade. Oh, these look so nice. It retracts, Brad. It retracts. We had a real whiplash on my favorite sandwich place, Brad.
Okay. Should I ask what the favorite sandwich place is? I mean, there's a lot of considerations there.
Like when I'm talking about a favorite sandwich place, I'm not talking about like barbecue or like a banh mi or something. I want just like a deli sandwich.
Yeah.
Like a counter you go to and you're like, hey, I want a turkey on rye. And then they make the sandwich for you and they wrap it up in paper. What
are the staples of the classic sandwich place? It's like an Italian hero, like a turkey and something, like turkey and cheese or turkey and avocado, like a turkey and what are the other,
so like some salted meats, like some like a mortadella or bologna or something like that.
Yeah, like maybe like a chicken breast if they're fancy.
Yeah, like I like a chicken, like a sliced chicken breast is real nice. Yeah. Some sort of like a smoked turkey. Like they should have 2 kinds of turkey. It should be like smoked turkey or mesquite turkey, and then just like a roasted turkey.
Yep. If it's a really nice place, you're gonna have probably a Reuben and like these days maybe like a Cubano.
Yeah,
as well.
And like I'd expect him to have pastrami, and I think Cubano is a San Francisco thing, by the way. I don't see that.
Really? I found one out here the other day.
Oh,
actually.
See, that might be too fancy for the kind of sandwich place I'm looking for. I want something that's going to put some meat and vegetables, or maybe just vegetables if you want, on a grinder roll with some sort of sauce, maybe a little oil and vinegar if that's your jam.
Yeah. Yes.
And
it is.
And a cheese, and then roll that thing up slice it into 2 to 6 pieces, depending on the length. And then you can take that out to the park. You bring it home. Everybody has a piece of sandwich. It's really good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a new one opened in like one of our, I don't know, it's not exactly a corner market because I live in the suburbs and we don't really have corner markets like that, but it's like the small grocery store that you stop at when you're turning into your neighborhood on the way home, but not a Safeway or whatever.
Yeah.
And he opened up a sandwich counter in the back like maybe 3 months ago and made the best sandwiches I've had since we moved to San Francisco. Like,
wow.
Like
that's
that's
like a bold claim.
God tier, like really freaking good sandwiches. Like he did a turkey pastrami that had like shredded lettuce and like the ratios of everything are right. The shred on the lettuce is right. So that like you get a little bit of lettuce in all the bites. It has decent tomatoes, but not too, you don't want too good a tomato because you don't want, like
you don't want that tomato swaggering in there and hogging the spotlight.
Yeah. You just want the tomato adds some wet and a little bit of flavor, but too much flavor.
I guess that's what a tomato does. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like he had usually like the right balance on the cheese. Like you put like a sharp cheddar on this, it's going to be too much. Right. But you need something to counteract that turkey and pastrami. You need something that's going to stand up to that. Right.
Yep.
And then the star of the show is that he made a roasted red pepper aioli at home, like grilled the peppers, burned the peppers in his backyard or on his grill or something, and would make this aioli that was like a party in your mouth every time you put the sandwich in.
Man,
is really freaking good.
I might have to make a pilgrimage. You're making a strong case.
Well, so I got bad news for you, Brad.
Oh no.
I told you it was hard swings today.
Uh-huh.
He closed last week.
What?
Yeah, because look,
man, how are you going to go on a podcast and describe possibly the best sandwich you've ever had and then say, hey, the sandwich no longer exists?
He set up in the small grocery store that's low traffic and makes its money selling lottery tickets and beer to people coming home from work, and then was in there 70 hours a week and was not paying his bills.
Uh-huh.
So he had to go get another job someplace else. Man. His last weekend was last weekend.
Man.
And Gina went in to get a sandwich on like Friday afternoon. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad you came. Because like he knew us, right? It's been there for 3 months. We go like maybe once a week. Pretty good sandwich. And he already knew. He always like, oh, hey, I'll get your sandwich going when he sees you in the line. Right. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is what I want. Right. And now it's no more. And my heart is broken.
That's tragic, man. I wish I had something more encouraging to say, but that's just.
It's a deep and profound sense of loss.
Yes,
I feel right now.
Speaking of loss, we went to a sandwich place out here the other day.
Ooh, how was it?
Expensive.
Like Subway?
It was good. It was good. The sandwiches were excellent.
Okay.
But they were like San Francisco priced sandwiches.
Like $25?
Okay. Wow. Maybe I haven't bought a sandwich in San Francisco for a while. It's like, they were like 15.
Wow.
They were like 15, which is like, I mean, okay, maybe they've crept up in downtown SF at this point, but I think of a $15 sandwich as a big city sandwich, except here we are in the mountains of North Carolina. Okay.
So downtown by PC World's offices, sandwiches are, if you get an all vegetarian sandwich, it's going to be like $14-15 now.
Okay.
But like something with some meat on it is $23 probably.
Okay. It's been a while since I worked down there, to be fair. So
yeah,
maybe this is just another example of the rising tide of costs lifting all sandwich boats.
Look, I think we all know things are more expensive right now. What's a New York? What's on a North Carolina sandwich, Brad?
Oh, this was, kind of everything we just described, actually.
But you get like the Dutch crunch. What's your bread's hitch?
They had sourdough.
How's this? I'm skeptical about North Carolina.
This was a bakery, so they were making their own bread.
Okay,
it was a sliced sourdough. They had ciabatta. They were out of focaccia, but they normally made that.
Did you get a Dutch crunch there?
I don't believe they had Dutch crunch. In fact, I had never heard of Dutch crunch at all until I moved to San Francisco.
I think it's I think everybody thinks sourdough is the San Francisco bread, but in reality, it's the Dutch crunch.
Yeah, I think that has been my experience, at least.
Yeah. So what kind of sandwich you get? What'd you get?
Oh, I got the Italian. I got the one with all the meat on it.
Yeah, multiple salted meats.
I did not eat again that night.
Yeah, good sandwich. You eat a good sandwich for lunch, you're good.
That was a late 3 or 4 o'clock lunch, and that would kind of turned into dinner as well.
So the other good thing about this sandwich place is that that guy carries novel chip flavors for the United States. You could get an all dressed there.
Oh, good.
You had a ketchup chip if you wanted.
Sure. I mean, I don't know why you would, but that's fine.
I mean, the all dressed are pretty good though.
Yes, that one. The ketchup. Yeah. I don't know.
Ketchup is fine.
Yes, I am of the mind that a sandwich cannot be consumed without some chips.
You got to have chips. Do you like a Dorito? Is too much chip for your sandwich?
I don't know. That is maybe a little loud for a sandwich.
Been kind of a sour cream and cheddar kick this summer.
Okay.
Or the queso flavor.
It's a classic sour cream and cheddar. Yeah.
Yeah. This one just kind of petered out, huh?
we're both getting the glassy look in our eyes as we think about sandwiches and chips.
He gave us a pint of the aioli when she went, because when Gina found out the place was closing on Friday, she likes the sandwich place more than I do. And he was like, "Come back tomorrow. I have something for you."
Man, you guys were good customers then.
And she was like, "Look, when you have a sandwich this good." We got it the first day because somebody was like, "Hey, this new sandwich place is good." And then the next time we came in, we were like, "Hey, your sandwiches are god tier, dude. These are really, really freaking good sandwiches." And he was like, "Oh man, thank you so much." And like, "What's your name?" Blah, blah, blah. We had a nice little chat. And then he remembered our names the next time we came in. And like, so yeah, he gave her a pint of the aioli and was like, "You got to eat in the next 2 weeks." And we're like, "No problem. We got this."
It's covered, man. Yeah. There's nothing better than becoming a regular.
I think we all agree on. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up another edition of the Tech Pod. Thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you. Yes, we appreciate it greatly.
If you're new and this is scary and confusing to you, we've done a few of these in the past when we get a big backlog of cold opens and we think they're good and want to use them, but don't do enough podcasts to use them. You just had your first all cold open episode.
Sometimes some weeks we show up and we have to fight over what cold open to do. Sometimes we have like 3 different ones.
Almost all like the cold open, a good cold open, they're to be treasured. That's what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. You can talk about anything for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It turns out even sandwich, man, I just want another sandwich though. We wouldn't be here without you, all the listeners. So if you want to learn how to support the show, we're listener supported. There's no ads, there's nothing else. It's just you all. So if you want to learn how to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/techpod, where for $5, less than the price of one San Francisco sandwich, you too can support 2 podcasters so that they can eat some San Francisco sandwiches. And we appreciate each and every person who supports the show.
Yes, we do. I mean, how many months of this podcast is one sandwich worth? Quite a few, it turns out.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, it's patreon.com/techpod. In addition to the monthly patron exclusive episode, you get access to the fabulous TechPod Discord, where there is a food channel where people talk about sandwiches and other food all the time.
I bet there's some people in there with some good roasted pepper aioli recipes.
God, I bet they're not going to be as good as this one, though. I should try some recipes while this stuff is still good so I can figure out what it is about his that makes it good.
You think you could track him down and extract some of his knowledge before he vanishes from the earth?
Well, he told us where he told Gina where he's getting a job, so I don't want to out him. But no.
You got to keep that to yourself.
Yeah. But anyway, So thanks to everybody who supports the show, but a very special thank you to our executive producer tier patrons, including Jason Lee, Andrew Slosky, Jordan Lippett, #BunnyCrimes, Twinkle Twinkie, David Allen, James Kamek, and Pantheon, makers of the HS3 high-speed 3D printer. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And that'll do it for us this week. As always, please check back next week for another edition of the Tech Pod. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/techpod or leave us a review on iTunes, because both of those things are great.
They are.
And
we'll Q&A next week.
Oh, yeah. So send your questions to techpod@content.town. That's an email address.
That's right.
Post them in Question Seeking Answers if you're in the Discord. And that'll do it for us this week. Thanks, Brad. As always, a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you.
And as always, please consider the environment before printing this podcast.